still be stuck as a paralegal. Who knew? Jessie gave the woman a fake smile. "Have a seat, why don't you? And don't start on the nagging. I never did bother to listen to anyone who nagged me." Evelyn snorted, then sat down. The plastic chair creaked under her weight. Jessie sat down too. The guard hung around for a few seconds, looking down the slope of her bosom for a moment at them, just because she could. Then she walked away. The room was supposed to be private, all except the guards standing around the room, ostensibly out of hearing range. But Jessie had never put much faith in so-called privacy. Not in prison, anyway. "So, what brings you here, Auntie?" Evelyn tilted her head and batted her eyes at Jessie coquettishly. "I've heard that there might be a possibility of new evidence being brought to light in your case, sweetie." "New evidence?" Evelyn scooted her chair up a little, the legs bumping across the floor tiles, making all the guards look their way for a moment. She put her hands up on the table in front of her in loose fists. She had grooves all over her fingers from about a dozen rings. The guards must have made her take them off before she came in. "Apparently, Edward had been taking pictures of the two of you in less appropriate moments. He'd set up a secret camera in the bedroom, the toilet, and—" She paused. "And the basement room." Evelyn nodded. Her eyes seemed to say that they had seen it all. They had seen what he had done to her. Jessie knew better. She had more than enough years to know better. This woman in front of her, whoever she was, only wanted to use her. Nevertheless, Jessie's eyes filled up with tears from that unquestionably sympathetic look. She turned her head to the side and swallowed, trying to draw the tears away. If you'd rather stay here, then it will never come out," Evelyn said. "I'll talk to Larry. He can make those things disappear in a snap." She snapped her fingers with a flourish. The guards looked at them again. This time their eyes lingered. "But if you can bear it, I think we can get you out of here," Evelyn said, "with the recordings and a couple of other things. I have someone who knows how to look at procedures and whether they were followed and the ramifications of not following them. You know, that kind of lawyer." Jessie did know. It was exactly the kind of lawyer she hadn't been able to afford. It was a deal too good to be true. "And then?" she asked, still not daring to make eye contact with the woman. "And then—" A warm, soft hand reached across the table, lying on top of her own. "And then we use those talents of yours, those poetic instincts, to try to make the world a little bit of a better place."